Yep. How can I help you with guitar? I really want to know. How can I help you? I know how I can, but I want to hear from you guys. How can I help you? I guess we'll learn while we're waiting for you guys to come on. Ooh, I got some lint in my beard.
You said that I've been acting different, yeah. I wonder how I finally flipped the script on you. You don't want to.
Ooh, we getting ready. We getting ready. I'm working on some more YouTube lessons. We getting ready. We getting ready. Somebody requested this one. I like this one. Anything with Jasmine Sullivan, I'm like a huge fan. I love the way she sings. So 9 times out of 10, when people say stuff with Jasmine Sullivan, I'm probably going to do that one first. So just a heads up for y'all guys. Uploading videos with guests. Interesting. How would that help you, Gospel Chops? Because I do that when I do that on Kerry's Camp. So how uploading videos with guests help you out? I want to know from you. How does that help you? Hey, Kerry, Jason from Cali. That's what's up, yeah? Help, sir. Like different guitarists every Tuesday. All right, so do you understand how difficult that and challenging that could be? I'm just saying, like, given the climate and what's going on, it's hard to get people to do things. So that's maybe a little challenging. These daily chats are pretty cool. Okay, cool. How the heck do you find those chords so fast? My ear is really good. So like when I'm listening to the song, right? I'm listening to like what the guitar player's doing. So So the thing is, when you've been playing for a while, you can kind of start to decipher when you hear certain chords, like, oh, okay, if they're doing this, and the next change is this, so they got to be in this key. So like my same format and my same formula just really works really well. You understand how that really works? So that's how I'm able to hear things so quickly. Um, can't see your hands. That's intentional because I'm going to be doing this lesson. So you're not going to see my hands now. You're not going to see them when I'm playing because I'm going to teach this lesson. You see how that works? See how that works? All right. TJ Edwards, what's up? Supplementing some of your guitar lessons with your gear tutorials and reviews. Okay, cool. I'll add that to the list. Gear reviews. Okay. Let's do that. Put that on the list. Gear reviews. Okay, cool. Could you sometimes Marvin Gaye What's Going On album? All right, David, like, okay, that's what's up. Did you ever work with Jasmine Sullivan? So I never directly worked with Jasmine Sullivan. When I was doing, I did this thing with Issa Rae, and I played for the artist that opened for Jasmine Sullivan. So technically, like, they were both featured artists. Jasmine was the marquee artist. So I played for the artist right before that. So I met Jasmine, but I never actually worked with her. Kerry's Camp is really worth it. That's what's up. Let the people know. Say it loud for the people in the back. Y'all should go sign up. Let them know. Let them know, King. Honestly, it's tough right now. Yep, definitely. Is there a tutorial on how to record and upload guitar playing? You make it seem simple. Is there a tutorial on how to upload guitar playing? Well, if you go to Kerry's Camp, there's tutorials on how to use what the equipment that you have in order to make beats and make tracks. So it's essentially the same thing. It's all about cameras, right? So if we, let's just do this. I'm gonna put this on guitar down real quick. So, right. So before I got it real big and I started having all these cameras and all these other cameras, and I don't know if you can see that. This other camera. Okay, there we go. And then all this extra lighting and all this other lighting over here. Right before I got all that, before I had to work to build all that, I was using my iPhone. Okay, this iPhone was what I was using, and even still sometimes I use it when I'm like making certain tracks or whatever. Just because I just wanted people to see, like, you don't have to have the most expensive equipment. Use what you got. You know what I mean? Like, you can shoot videos off of your phone, especially if you got an iPhone or your Androids. I mean, the camera qualities nowadays and the mics are like a lot better. So use the equipment that you have in order to make the things that you want to have. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Keep it super simple and make it simple. Like, and you know what I mean, like if the sound quality is kind of whatever, use AirPods, whatever you got to use in order to make the sound. You can get like lapel mics. I legit have lapel mics right here, right? So I can hook them on, hook them into my phone, right? And use the mic, clip it off to myself in order to make the sound quality a whole lot better. There's a lot of different ways that you can do. Like I have a lot of different mounts. Like I use this on my headstock mount if I want to get a different angle. So there's a lot of different things that you can do that you can buy on eBay or Amazon, whatever it is, in order to make this stuff a lot more simple for yourself. So don't overcomplicate the stuff that you got to do. Like keep it super, super simple. And that way you can be effective. All right, let's go back and see what else. There's some good questions. Hey, I like your videos. You help me learn other songs. Sweet. How to accompany a singer. So if you're a member of Kerry's Camp, which is a great transition, Malik, I talk about that, how to accompany a singer, right? So now I'm running a special. Like you really have until tomorrow to become a member. And there's a lot of people that have already joined and already signed up and are taking advantage of this sale. So you can sign up for 6 months for only $97. All you need to do is go to kerryscamp.com/100. That is KERRYSKAMP.com/100. And I'll show you what you need to do in order to accompany a singer. But the first thing that you want to think about is that it's not a competition. Realize that, and then it's easier for you to really understand what your role is, okay? Let's go back and read some more of these questions. Okay, how to accompany a singer, we talked about that. Would you consider having a weekly guest send in a video or work with you remotely as a guest? Lots of guest guitarists have audiences, so, all right, so I would have to like really make sure that that guitarist, we have the same philosophy. So the thing about having a guest guitarist on, if we don't have the same ideology when it comes to teaching, when it comes to playing, and this is one thing I want you guys to understand, and I've been doing this for a while and really working with a lot of like, you know, different guitarists in the industry. Everybody cannot teach, okay? So just because they're dope in what they do, they can't really convey what they're doing. And that is going to be an issue, especially if I have those guests on and I'm using this platform to teach. It's gonna be very challenging. Now, on my platform in Kerry's Camp, when I have Kerry's Corner and I'm asking them questions about their insight, now that's a different kind of format and a formula. So if you want to see stuff like that, you should definitely sign up to Kerry's Camp and look out for Kerry's Corner. So Kerry's Corner, I'm asking guitarists that are in the industry, social media influencers that play, asking them questions. And not only just me asking them questions, the students get a chance to ask these questions, to talk to some of these people that you would never have an opportunity to, because you don't have access to them. So we've had J-Mo on, we've had Melanie Faye on, we have Jules the Wolf on. I've even done some with like earlier on with Eric Walls, Ariana that plays for Halsey. We've had a lot of different dope guitarists. Ben O'Neill that plays for John Legend has worked with Ty Tribbett. Like we've had a lot of different dope guitarists on and really asking the philosophy. So on that platform, I would say yes. Here on YouTube, I'm really kind of like, I'm kind of strict about who I have on here because I don't want the message to be mixed and confused and you be like, yo, what am I supposed to? I try to keep the same consistent message every time so that way you know exactly what we're talking about and you understand the ideology and the influence and the philosophies that we're using in order to become great at guitar. All right. Do you show patches for the ME80 in Kerry's Camp? Yes. So if you have a question or like about the stuff that's in Kerry's Camp, King Finesse, there's a tab in there where you can like search. But yes, I talk about the patches that I use. I show how I use the board and where I go. I walk you through the whole thing. Okay, cool, cool. Thinking about signing up to Kerry's camp. Kevin, you should definitely do that now. The reason why I'm telling you is the price is not going to be at this low for this. It's not going to happen. And um, you're gonna have the opportunity if you sign up now. I'm doing a live Q&A on Wednesday, so which is really cool, only for the campers. Like the stuff that I do here on YouTube is nice and it's neat, it helps you out, but that's just really surface stuff. The stuff in Carrie's camp, you really put your hands in it. And so we're doing a live Q&A on Wednesday for the campers. So if you sign up now, you have access to that and so much more, so many other bonuses and master classes and stuff like that. So Kevin, you should definitely do that. Hey, Kerry, thank you for your continuous insight. Where can we find the M80 patches? So, Michael, if you go into Kerry's camp, there's a search tab, so you could type in what it is for the pedal search, and you could just search that particular thing, and I got whole things to show you about how to use the pedal, how to use the helix, all the different kind of things like that. What time is your live on Wednesday? You should get an email, Savage. So you get an email telling you what time with the link and the password and everything you need to use in order to like sign up to be have access to the live that I do with my campers. So I'm looking forward for you to being on there as well. What's a good amp for jazz and soul? I like Mesa Boogies. Fenders are really good. Bad Cats are really good too. Uh, do you view guitar through the cage system? No, I don't really use the cage system all that much. What are your thoughts on the Spark practice amp? I've never used it, so I don't have any opinion on it because I've never really used it. Dang, again, loving it, thanks. Let's go back and look at some of the stuff. It says you love yourself. I appreciate that. Kevin, is it worth it? Helped me tremendously. Kevin, it is worth it. It helped me tremendously. All right, Guitar Funk, let the people know, man. I love what you're doing. Appreciate that. My first song I found is "You Remind Me" by Usher. I loved it. Thank you so much for your help. That's what it's all about. The number system from Carrie's Camp will help you with your playing songs. Will help you to play the songs that you love. Yes, definitely. That's what it's all about. Are you familiar with Steve Cropper? No, I'm not familiar with him. You know, plays R&B, but that's like a soulful vibe. No, I've never heard of him. Um, all right, cool, cool. All right, cool. Wondering, do you do any blues? I do a little bit of blues, but that's not my strong point. Like I feel like blues is so authentic that you can't really, you can fake it, which I can do occasionally, but it's like there's a certain vibe. You got to really ingrain yourself into that culture of playing blues, and that's not really what I do. Like people like Kingfish or Art, those are some real heavy cats that really play like blues. You know what I'm saying? Just like I play R&B, like they could probably fake it, but you could tell like if you really dissect it, like it's just not the same. All right. I don't have a cabinet. How can I sound a bit better? It's all about the EQ on your amp. Like everything is not a cabinet, you know what I'm saying? Like you can it's all about the mix and the like the, you know, how you EQ your amp. Have you ever tried Soca? Yeah, I've done Soca for plenty of time for like a lot of different records. I don't play it out live, but for the studio, I've done some different Soca records. How do you determine if you're a beginner or intermediate? It's about your knowledge of the fretboard and what you know. Like, do you know how to play a C major chord? Do you know C major scales? Do you know licks? Do you know riffs? It's not about the time that you have with the instrument. It's about the knowledge that you have and also your ability to apply the knowledge and actually duplicate and play what you can say, what you talk about. Kev on stage should be on your eye on. So Kev on stage should you on his IG. Yeah, he signed up. He's a camper. He just recently signed up on Tuesday to be a camper. But I found you through one of your dope friends, Sebastian Cole. Yo, Sebastian Cole is my guy. Yo, let me tell you the story about Sebastian Cole. So Sebastian and I've known him since high school. We've played music together. He was one of the main reasons that and told me, gave me the push that I needed to go out to LA in order to really come, get my feet wet and really make the name that I made for myself. So Sebastian Cole is family, you know what I'm saying? Steve Cropper is the guitarist from Stax Records. Booker T, yeah, I haven't heard of him. I don't know him personally, so I guess I should do my research and just really figure out who he is. Any tips of learning to solo better and faster? Andre, if you really want to do that, you should sign up to Kerry's Camp. I have a whole modules talking about soloing and how to increase your speed and how to make it sing. And because that's one thing I pride myself on. So if you want to do that, you should go to kerryscamp.com, KERRYS, KAMP.com/100. And you can join now for $97 for 6 months. You're not going to see that price again. So I'm telling you, now is the time to jump in while it's hot. Okay? Lafayette, it's in the camp. Let them know. Let them know. Can you show us a quick exercise of a warm up for lead? Shit. Sure. Let me try to find something really quickly because I have to go and try to find something. So a quick exercise, right? If you could just run the scale, honestly, you could just run the scale. So let's just say I'm gonna play in this particular key, and then what you could do is you could find a loop or you could find instrumentals, right, and put them on a loop. And if you want to work on playing like different warm-ups you could do for like different lead tones, this is what you could do, right? So I'm hearing the tempo. The tempo's at 73 beats per measure, right? So let me let y'all see my hands so y'all can see. So lead exercise, I want to work on my tone, right? So I've got a particular patch that I like. Simple lines. And all I'm doing is I'm doing stuff off of that minor sixth, the relative minor. So I'm in the key of E flat major. I'm doing stuff off of that C minor. I'm doing everything off of this six. So whenever you want to start working on your lead tones, you want to find simple lines. You don't have to do all these complicated things. I'm just working on simple lines. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Because I could go all night, right? So that's some exercises on some lead lines. Okay, cool. Love you. Let's keep pushing. Because this is not about just teaching y'all all this stuff. I'm just giving y'all some insight. All right, cool. Let's go back. Congratulations on the baby. Appreciate it. Any tips of, we talked about that already, Andre. Are you the one who made Marshall amps? No, that was James Marshall way before me, bro. I'm not that old. Appreciate it. Can you give a comment on the Helix Pod Go? I've never played it, so I can't really give that. Helix has some great tones. Yes, I use the Helix when I'm on like different live situations. When I'm playing on tour, I definitely use the Helix. Any Cyber Monday deals on guitar lessons? Yes, John, this is kind of like a Cyber Monday deal. You could join Kerry's Camp now for 6 months at $97. All you need to do is go to this website, kerryscamp.com, camp with a K, so KERRYS, KAMP.com/100. That is your Cyber Monday deal. Thanks, you're amazing. Appreciate it. Not to change the subject. Let me see. It says, sir, what was your MOS in the Army? I was a 13 Fox. Hey, Kerry, I signed up for the trial, but now I don't get, but how do I get to the course right now? So Jesus, or Jesus, however you pronounce it, if you want to go to the actual course right now and you're done with the trial, you need to go to kerryscamp.com/100. That is KERRYS, KAMP.com/100. What guitar are you using? I was using an Iconic guitar. It's the Jazzmaster. It's the Elegante model. How do you get over playing in front of others? Like my hands freeze up. So Anthony, if you're having issues with that, that comes from confidence. Like, and I tell a lot of my students that comes from you not being, I'm gonna just keep it 100, with you not feeling comfortable because you know the music. If you know the music, especially when you know, nobody can argue you down. Nobody can shake you off of that. So you have to know that you know the music. Secondly, what I tell my students to do is you got to start practicing like how you're going to play. So if you're going to stand up, if you're going to be rocking, if you're going to move and doing all of those things you're going to do in front of a crowd, start doing them in practice. So it makes it easier for you. You're not just freezing up, okay? Those are some things you can work on. And probably practicing in front of a mirror is something that does good for you. What guitar are you using? I talked about that. Hey, Kerry, I just signed up and talked about that. Sir, what was your MS? I just talked about that. Not to change the subject. Thanks, you're amazing. Somebody said the GOAT. I appreciate that. What guitar is that? This is an iconic guitar, Jazzmaster Elegante. What feels more comfortable to you, rosewood or maple neck? So it depends. If it's I tend to go with rosewood because I like the sustainability. But for some guitars, I like the brightness. So like Tellys and some Strats, okay? What kind of electric guitar would you advise for a beginner / intermediate? I would say a Fender Strat. You can't go wrong with the Fender Strat. What guitar is that? We talked about it. My man is Sauce, got the sauce. I appreciate that. Is it possible for you to learn? Is it possible for you to listen to one of my videos and help me get better with the focus playing through Kerry's camp? Yes. So as campers, what you're able to do is you're able to send me videos and I can evaluate and I can talk about areas that I see that you should like get better, areas that I feel like you're weak in, or areas I feel like you're excelling in. That's what you get. That's one of the benefits. You have me as your mentor for 6 months, or you have me for a year, or you can get me for a lifetime, whatever it is. That's what Kerry's camp. Those students get that level of access and I'm helping them. Even if you like, we had one of the campers that was on like, right? And he had a gig and I helped prepare him for the gig. Like we talked about song selection, we talked about how to like what kind of tracks, everything. And he talked about how well he did and how much he learned and how much he grew. You're gonna get that level of insight and that level of like my dedication to help you grow in your craft because that's what I do for my students in Kerry's camp. Also, what brand is that of Jazzmaster? This is iconic, okay? So what's the passing chord you usually do? It depends. They're all different. Awesome, thanks. How much is you and your guitar collection worth? Just curious. That's a good question. I mean, I have one guitar, my white PRS. I'll just say like, she's probably made me the most money. She probably made me almost 6 figures. So I would just say, you know, like that guitar is hella expensive. How much compression would you say you're using on your guitar? I don't use any compression now. I used to use compression back in the day. I don't use any compression now. Any specific Helix patches you use that are available? I don't know if these patches are available, but Sean Hinton I know was working on some Helix patches. If you see the Sean Hinton package come up, then that's what I suggest you use. That's what I use. Are gospel lessons on Kerry's camp? Yes, there's gospel master classes. There are gospel lessons and everything on Kerry's camp. So we talk about gospel, neo soul, and R&B. And we have gospel master classes. So I get some of your gospel greats, that some of the guitars that play for some of your favorite gospel artists or CCM artists, and I have them talk to you and help you out, like on all levels. Hello, I'm from the British Islands, Virgin Islands. That's what's up. I just learned something on the camp that the 6th note, is that right, about the 2 chord? They better join. Yep, that's right. Yeah, the 6. So if your root note is on the 5th string, then yes, the 6 is right above your 2. When you track guitars, are you double stacking the leads in rhythm guitar? So no, I don't ever double stack my leads. I do double stack the chords, right? So what I'll do is I'll play like a simple chord progression first, and then I'll stack it with something else. So I'll do that, and then what I'll do is I'll do like an ad-lib track. That's usually what I do. Okay, can you help me learn the style of Niles Rodgers? So yeah, if you're a camper, I can definitely show you, teach me guitar. Too easy. So sign up to become a camper and I'll definitely show you. We talk about that and so much more in the strum part of this different series that we are. So if you want to sign up now, you should definitely do it now. I guess we could call it a Cyber Monday deal or something like that because you can sign up now for 6 months only for $97. Go to kerryscamp.com. That is KERRYS. KAMP.com/100. Funny. Just say hi. Hinton's videos. Funny. I just said hi. Hinton's video from this morning. Oh, cool. Thank you. Sweet. I gotta go. Cool. That you do these streams. Take care. Appreciate it. What should I move to learn after mastering the major chords? You need to learn your minor chords. You need to learn like your different voicings or inversions of those chords. There's a lot of stuff to do. What's as fast as you've seen or heard a guitarist going pro? I don't know. I can't really tell you because everybody is at a different level. It all depends. Like I've seen some guys based upon the relationships that they have. That's usually how guys can go pro quick or go pro period. It's based off of relationships. Like you could be super talented, but if you don't have the relationships to start working for a lot of these artists, you'll never get picked up. And it's not about like you being from like a small town. Sometimes you have to move to where everybody else is. Like if you want to catch sharks, you got to go to where sharks are. You can't be in fresh water and catch sharks. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Do you think many guitarists are not ready because of YouTube? Nah, it's not even that. Like it's not just because of YouTube. It's just like experience. You know, like there's a difference for those guys that have been on the road to understand what it's like. Do you have in-ear monitors? Do you have the right kind of gear and equipment to do the job? Are you able to be in a 14-hour rehearsal? Are you able to sing you a Dropbox links or they sing you whatever the music and you're able to play it? Are you ready for an audition? There are a lot of different factors that just because you master your stuff on YouTube, it's just about like you. And that's one of the things I did the last time. I did like a 6-week course where I helped a lot of campers that wanted to get into the professional realm of understanding what do you need to do. Even when it comes to paperwork, like understanding how to do an invoice, understanding what it is, like you don't get paid directly after your gig, how to make your money work, understanding like all the different kind of paperwork you got to fill out. So there's a lot of aspects that go into you being pro versus more than you just being on stage, being on TV. There are a lot of different things that you need to understand, you know what I mean? So let's go back and read some of this. I want to learn from you R&B guitar. Then you should definitely sign up at Kerry's Camp. KerrysKamp.com/100. You should do it now. We're running a special for $97. You could join for 6 months. Okay. Have you ever had to make any drastic lifestyle changes to maintain and to grow in your career? Yes. So I had to move from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way across country to Los Angeles, California, and start all over again. That means I had to learn the whole scene, get connected with everybody else. I had to change the way that I look. I had to change my diet, all types of things because image was really important. I remember my first audition I did for a pop gig, and I looked like I was from Alabama. And I was one of the most talented guitarists there, but the guy who got the gig looked the part for the gig, and I just didn't have that kind of swag. So I had to change a lot of my mindset, change how I ate. I needed to lose weight, get in better shape. I had to do all types of things in order to get on the highest level, and I was able to do that. I was able to accomplish that. Now that doesn't happen for everybody because some people aren't willing to make this, the sacrifices. Two, sometimes the cards just don't play in your favor. Like you may be super talented, but you just don't have the connections. You don't know how to network, or the right kind of people don't see you. There's so many different factors that go into it. You know what I mean? So you just have to realize that it's going to be a sacrifice. Be willing to make the sacrifice and just make it happen. You know what I mean? So you two got instruments and were signed 6 months later. Times are different. Yeah, but you understand, like somebody was watching you two, and then you two is not from the States. So like you got to understand how all that stuff works. It's about A&Rs and people finding them. So that kind of phase is not going to happen now, especially now with COVID. Nobody's probably, I don't say nobody, it's probably going to be really hard for people to get signed. And also too, they're independent artists that are making just as much and are able to market themselves. So sometimes it's not even in your favor to necessarily sign with a major label. You may want to sign a distribution deal. There's various ways that you got to do it, that you got to go about looking at it. All right. Do you offer any kind of one-on-one coaching? If so, how much? Yeah. So those are the benefits you get from Kerry's Camp. They get one-on-one coaching. I'm not going to do that for anybody else except for my camp family. You know what I mean? Were you ever part of the band professionally, or did you only do gigs? Were you part of a band professionally? Bro, I've played for Jason Derulo. I played for Ty Dolla $ign. I played for 2 Chainz. I played for Tori Kelly. I played for Ledisi. I played for Chrisette Michele. I played for Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. Yes, I've been a part of many, many different bands. What do you think of TV Jones pickups for R&B gospel? And I've never played TV Jones pickups. I never played them. When are you going to be offering the lifetime membership? Missed the first one. So Brandon, that is a question that if you don't mind, just because I don't want to lose track of who's sending me whatever. So could you please email support@kerry2smooth.com so I can keep track of who I'm talking to and just send that same question, okay? I appreciate that, Brandon. Do you ever play Les Pauls? Yes, most of the records do. The guitars that you're hearing in this, most of those guitars are Les Pauls. Is it necessary to know theory before going pro? Johnny, not necessary, but does it make life a lot simpler for you? Yes, because let's say you're in a rehearsal and let's say the MD came from a church background and he's calling out numbers. If you don't know any kind of theory, you're gonna be lost, bro, because they're not gonna have the time to be like, yo, tell you, spell out the chord for you every single time because you will definitely be replaced. And I've seen it happen to a lot of cats who come to the rehearsal after lunchtime. They're no longer there in that station, and the next day there's a new guy in their seat. So it's important to have that kind of stuff just to make it easier for yourself. What scales do you suggest developing to play over neo soul chords? Been playing a lot of minor pentatonic as well. So trig, it's about placement. So you can use the scales. I tell people all the time, scales are just random notes, but it's your choice. It's up to you for you to pick the letters out to make the words, right? So use the scales as opportunities for you to work on phrasing. Like, so when I was playing and I was soloing before, I was using the minor pentatonic scale, but I was grabbing notes out of there to work on the phrasing. It didn't sound like I was playing a scale. That's what I think a lot of guitars get in trouble with because they sound like they're playing a scale, and that it's just really, it's a huge turnoff. So you want to find yourself being more thoughtful when you're playing to work on your phrasing. And that's something else that we talk about in Kerry's camp. So you should definitely sign up so I can help you really understand how to make it sing. You know what I'm saying? So Kerry's camp is like, it's the mecca for really helping you really unpack your full potential as a guitarist. It's KerrysKamp.com/100. You should join now because we're running a special. For $97, you can join for 6 months. Now that does not happen. Now, when I was doing one-on-one lessons with Skype, $97 wouldn't even get you my time a day. Like I charge way more than that for just a 1-hour lesson. You're getting over 600 videos of content, which I constantly keep adding to the site, right? You're gonna get master classes. You're gonna get live Q&As. You're gonna get mentorship from me. So I'm telling you, somebody just said they're a new camper, they joined today. That's what's up. That's what's up. Have you ever played on a Sunday's Best? No, I've never played on Sunday's Best. I'm not sure if that's a thing. Yeah, so the guitarist that plays on Sunday's Best is Vendell Smith. I know Vendell Smith. Vendell lives here in Atlanta, so he plays on Sunday's Best. So, that's not something that I would do. What's your take on African guitar music? I think it's dope. I've played some African guitar music. I've actually had to do a couple sessions, so I think it's super dope. All right, let's go back and look at some of these questions. All right, cool questions. I plateau as an acoustic guitar player. Any general tips to get over intermediate guitar playing? So if you have done that, you need somebody to help you, show you how to navigate that. And that's why you should sign up for a Kerry's camp. We have acoustic courses where I show you how to navigate plateaus. It's KerrysKamp.com/100. You should join now because we're running a special that's going to end tomorrow. For $97, you can join for 6 months. And you're not going to have that level of access, so you should definitely do it. As you already seen in the comments, we have a couple campers that are already on that have been talking about that, so definitely. Jesse says, hey, do you have any tips on improving your rhythm? So Jesse, again, I have plenty of courses in Kerry's camp that are going to show you specifically how to work on your rhythm and improving it. Working on your strum patterns, working on your feel, working on your timing. You should join now. It's KerrysKamp.com/100. If you do it now, I'm telling you, you're going to see so much growth in your playing within 6 months. You're going to be, I'm telling you, if you dedicate yourself, you're going to be a problem. I can hang my hat on that. You know what I'm saying? Joined about a week ago, and I've learned a lot so far. Really enjoyed the camp. That's what's up, Nicholas. I appreciate you having me for the camp. Hopefully you can make the live. So I look forward to seeing you on the live that we're going to have on Wednesday. Okay. How do you learn / what would you recommend to master guitar tone? So MH 1517, if you go to Kerry's camp, I have a whole like rundown. I've got courses for literally for all the questions that you guys are asking, talking about my tone because I get praise for my tone all the time, whether that be in the studio, whether that be live, whether that be on tour, whatever the situation is. And I talk to you about how to EQ your stuff to make sure your stuff sounds great. You should sign up to Kerry's camp so you can definitely learn how to unpack and learn how to EQ your stuff. That's KerysKamp.com/100. Do you think the Gibson 335 is an all-around guitar? No, I do not. I don't think it's an all-around guitar. It's a dope guitar, but I don't think it's an all-around guitar. Why is the middle pick suggested in your funk? And is higher treble the key for getting the sound of funk? No. So the middle pickup it has that quack, it has that like that spank on it. So that's why I suggested for funk. You won't get that from the neck and you won't get that from the bridge. Yeah, the middle pickup, yeah. So no interest in YouTube super chats features allows you to get the tips during the live stream. I don't know what that is. Okay, cool. Who were 3 female guitarists you would want to play with? So Taylor G that plays for Ari Lennox. Who else? Ariana that plays for Halsey. We've done some work together. And what other female guitarists? I forget the girl that's from like Brazil. Like she plays like an Ibanez guitar, and she really be melting the paint off the walls. And I met her at NAMM. That's who I would want to play with. What wireless system would you recommend or you suggest? Andrew, man, I have it on my rider, but I don't have it in front of me. But if you email me, I can send it to you. So it's just email me directly to my email. It's kerry2smooth@gmail.com. Should I get a Bullet HT or an Infinite? Man, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Whatever is in your price range or whatever you feel that you're the most comfortable with, that's what I would tell you, suggest you should get. What hollow body guitar do you recommend for jazz? There are a lot of different options. Find what's in your price point. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of different options. And if you don't like the way it sounds, you can always change out the pickups. I've been watching your videos on YouTube for over a year now, and I just signed up to your camp today. Welcome to the camp, yo. Welcome to the camp. I would love a video on common scales used for R&B beginners. So if you want that Iron Rabbit _2_02_, sign up to Kerry's camp. I have all of that. Seriously, I'm not just saying it because it sounds cool. I'm saying it because it's real. Sign up to Kerry's camp and you have all of that. You have access to all that kind of stuff. It's KerysKamp.com/100. My highest E string always gets caught between the fretboard. Is the intonation too low? I can't tell you. So what you would do, probably Gospel Chops, to take it to a guitar tech and let them look at it. And they can tell you for sure. I got to buy a guitar first. That would help you. Go buy a guitar first. I mean, depending on like how much you want to spend, you could go to a pawn shop. You can find some really cool deals on eBay. There's so many different things you could do. What would you recommend recording straight into the interface or mic'd up into your amp? So if you're in a live setting or if you're in a studio, bigger studio, some people suggest mic'd up. I play everything here in my home studio through an interface. Sounds good, right? So let me show y'all. This is a record that I just worked on. And I did this earlier because I have to show people sometimes because I just want them to understand, like, you know, when I say I use my interface, I'm not just, I'll tell you, you know, some of the stuff that I use and whatever. Like, I know I'm really making stuff that smacks, you know, records that sound super dope, right? So let's go here. Let's just find this right here. All right, so check this out. Y'all check this out. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, here we go. all interface. This is me using one of my strats that I have here. If y'all see me play a strat with the stickers on it, this is the strat that I'm using, right? And I'm also using the Boss ME80, right? I'm killing it. I like, no cap, like I'm killing it. Like I tell people all the time, man, like you don't have to make it super complicated. I mean, y'all hear that, bro? Like, come on, man. You know, listen, y'all be thinking I'm playing, man. I'm super serious, man. I use the equipment that I have. I don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, that's all I'm doing, man. And this is me playing on the record for like a client of mine, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all got an exclusive, you know what I'm saying? So y'all just got an exclusive. Ever use Guitar Rig? Say what? Ever do what? Bruh, come on, man. Listen, I'm using it, man. I use it for this iPhone. Before I used to have like Pro Tools, Logic, and Ableton on my laptop, bro. I use iRig. I use this phone right here, and I build hella tracks and play hella guitar parts that I sent to clients, man, because that's all I had. That's all I could afford. That's all my money could do. So I'm one of these guys, man. Like I'm not out here trying to like spend the most money on types of equipment. I legit use the stuff that I have because again, I haven't always had a budget in order to be able to afford this kind of stuff. Like, and even now I'm very frugal, man. I'm not out here just spending all types of money just to do whatever. I'm a minimalist, right? And I'm effective because I take the time and the detail to really understand my equipment to know how to use it to its full potential. You know what I mean? And you can do the same thing. My point was, hey, yo, appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love. Have you ever played with Jubo? I've never played with Jubo. I've met Jubo a bunch of times. Jubo has played on my amp and has played my guitar. There's a picture of us somewhere floating around on social media. Yeah, so them drums are slapping. It sounds nice. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So clean, so clean. Man, you know what? Matter of fact, I gotta let y'all hear this solo, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I was killing on the solo. So let me find. Let me find. Listen, if you want to learn how to solo for real, you should definitely sign up to Kerry's camp. Let me show you how to make that thing sing. And this is nothing against nobody else, right? Listen, and it's not a competition. This is not a competition, but I feel like I could solo better than most people because I love to it's a voice, man. I learned how to make this thing do it, and I could show you how to do the same thing. I could give you the same techniques and show you how to apply the same principle. If you really want to learn how to solo, especially if it comes to R&B, you can use the same principles for other music. You should sign up to Kerry's Camp right now while we're running this special. It is KerrysKamp.com/100. Listen, and I'm telling you, the stuff is fire, bro. Like it's legit fire. That's how we do. And I'm not one of these guys that teach you to be like, oh, you know what? Y'all play this, and I'm gonna play this. I'm teaching you how to play what I play. I'm teaching you how to play the same way I play, the same inflections, the same delivery, the same attitude, because I know what it feels like when you are able to play the way that you love and the way that you hear it in your head. You know what I'm saying? This is an extension. The guitar is just an extension of who you are, right? I play the way that I play because it's like, I can't sing to save my life, but I can make that thing sing to where I can be like, you know, even when I'm working with singers, I'm like, I hear the melody in my head, the line should go like this, right? That's what it's all about. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? To play with that feeling and emotion. Just like if you've ever heard Purple Rain, right? And when Prince is playing that solo, bro, like you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? You get goosebumps. I can teach you how to do the same thing. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back. I've been seeing a couple comments or whatever. That's why you need to do a gear review. So if you're in Kerry's camp, I talk about gear. I've done gear reviews on here, but in Kerry's camp, I talk about that extensively. All right. How do you work on your solos? If Andre, if you really want to know, you should sign up to Kerry's Camp and let me show you how to do, because I have a whole segment that's talking about how to solo, okay? So that is KerrysCamp.com. Solo is killer. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Fire, fire, fire. Just joined the camp. I can't wait. Yo, I can't wait to have you in the camp. I'm excited that you're in the camp, Stephanie. Yo, listen, I'm super excited that you're in the camp. Hello, new guy here. I love your playing and your guitar solos too. Appreciate that, Shane. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing and answering our questions. You inspire me with the willingness to bring glory to God with your gift. Man, I appreciate that. That's what it's all about. My daughter watches your streams with me and loves when you call out our cities. That's what's up. That's what's up. She encouraged me to be like Kerry Too Smooth. Inspiration. I appreciate that, man. Great soloing through your field. Yo, that's what's all about. Does the camp teach you clear paths to progression? So we have a roadmap. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, that shows you how to be successful and how to grow in your craft, and also where you should be at. And if you're not there, what areas you can do, what things you can watch, what things you can focus on to help you grow. That's what we want to do, because I understand what it was like. I remember, so being on the other side of the rope, when I'm talking about being in the audience, wanting to be on the stages, wanting to play locally, wanting to play for the major stars, and really wanting to be on TV and understand what that's like. I took all of those things and we've tested those theories to make sure that these things work. Oh, did it translate well to like this group? No, they didn't get it. All right, let me figure out to reteach it. So maybe I'm not saying the right things. I'm not saying the right keywords. That's just a lot of time and attention to detail and testing to make sure this stuff is right. I don't just throw out randomness, you know. And if like I send a video in and my team is like, yo, that video is not strong, whatever, go back and rework it. I go back and rework it because I want to give you guys my best. I'm not trying to half-ass and give you guys just whatever. I'm giving you guys my best. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Just became a camper. The videos are straightforward, and I'm excited to finally have some true guidance. Thanks, man. That's what it's all about. I'm excited about having you be a part of this community. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about seeing your growth, hearing your growth, watching you grow, and being able one day. My goal is to make so many students and people that are so successful in their craft, if they desire to play at the highest level, watch them on TV. I would love to see them on TV. Watch to see you guys like performing or being on tour and getting like a call to like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Various things. I want to be able to see that. So that's what it's all about. Okay, cool. That's what's up. What's your favorite mode? It just depends. It just depends. I mean, favorite is so relative. I don't like to say favorite. You know what I mean? I mean to join the camp. Let's go back, Isaac. I think I missed part of what you were saying. Please, what did you call that to sign up for Kerry's Camp? All right, so if you want to sign up for Kerry's Camp, it is KerrysCamp.com/100, okay? Yes, that PRS is very different. Cool. Any advice to avoid repetitive strain? I'm working on a computer all day and I get wrist. So I don't know what you could do. Maybe you could wear those braces. I mean, I don't know for sure because I'm not like I don't even know what you call it. The people that chiropractor, I'm not a chiropractor, so I don't know for sure what to tell you what to do. But I would suggest that maybe it. Or maybe you want to raise your chair, or maybe get one of those standing desks where you stand up. That might help you. You know what I'm saying? Is the PRS SC22 different from a Stratocaster? Yes. Yes, it's very, very different because you're dealing with humbuckers versus with a Strat, depending on what model it is, that are single coil. The wiring is different. The horns are different. It may look the same, but even like some guitars are 22 frets, some guitars are 24 frets. You got to look at all that kind of stuff. Kerry, you're legit the Marty Schwartz of R&B, no cap. For sure, for sure. And Marty is my guy, yo. Listen, Marty is my guy. You know what I mean? So that's a huge compliment. I appreciate that. Let's go back and look at some stuff. The light blue on the headstock is doing something to my brain. Something good. What kind of guitar is that? All right, so this is Iconic Guitar. This is a Jazzmaster. This is the Elegante model, okay? How do I join the camp? I'm having trouble. Rachel, if you want to join the camp, all you need to do is go to this website, Kerry, KerrysCamp.com/100, okay? What producer placements you have? I have a lot of placements. I've got placements with Tank, placements with Jacquees, placements with like a lot of different artists all across. Those are just a couple to name up front. But I've got a lot of placements. Thank you. You are awesome. I appreciate that. Carry Too Smooth support. You are on point. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You got to have a good team. If you without a good team, you can't win a championship. Even Jordan, as great as he was, if he had the right team, he can't win no championships. So I love my team. My team is great. How do you approach the standard 145? It just depends. I have lessons on that. I've talked about that as well. So this is something that if you pay attention to YouTube, is going to come out eventually. If you remember on Kerry's Camp, you get immediate access, and I'll help answer that question for you. Do you still use your Boss ME80? Yes, Andrew. The last track that I just played is all Boss ME80. Like, listen, like I'm not, no cap. Like the Boss ME80 is on the ground right now. Like I'm not playing with y'all. Like I'm not just telling y'all some stuff. Let's listen to this solo one more time. That's Boss ME80, bro. That's like, that's the Boss ME80. It's kicking butt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just say I be using stuff and I don't be bro. You heard it right there. You know what I'm saying? Just to share what guitar I use. This is the guitar I use. This is the guitar I use. This is the guitar you hear in that record. This is it right here. This is that bad boy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a Strat HSS, Lambertone pickups, the triple shots, and the Crema. That's what I use. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell y'all the equipment that I'm using. I'll tell you where to go. Like, I'm not one of these guys that's gonna be like, yo, this is what I'm using. I ain't gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what I'm using, because if you want that sound, I'm trying to give you that sound. I'm trying to give you that crispness. I'm trying to give you the stuff that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, definitely gotta go get it. You know what I mean? Definitely gotta go get it. I saw William sing video. Thanks to Kerry for the lick. He was talking about you. Yeah, I've done some stuff with William. He's a super dope, like dope artist, super dope artist. It says, how do you do the placement money? It makes you work with an artist. It says, how do you do placement money you make work with the artist? Can you rephrase that question? Because I don't understand what you're saying. Hi, Kerry. Do you have any recommendations for Christmas Neo Soul arrangements / standards to play? I would, if I were you, I would listen to PJ Morton's new Christmas album for suggestions. Like, he's got some really cool stuff that you could check out that's going to help you with some neo soul kind of vibes. Because PJ Morton that's his vibe, that's his bag. You know what I mean? I just bought the Boss ME80 last month, and I paired it with the Roland FA06 keyboard, making beats. That's what's up, and making my guitar. Yo, it's worth. Listen, people be sleeping on the Boss ME80, man. That board is phenomenal, bro. Listen. Have you ever used a Line 6 Helix? You see that bag with that X on it? The Helix is in there. I used it for the last tour I was on with Keanu Lede. And when I say the front of the house guy was like, bro, you've got the best tone I've ever heard in the world, because you're able to go direct. You're able to go into a mic. I'm able to do 2 XLR outs to the front of the house, bro. Listen, my tone's been phenomenal. I love it. And I love it, especially when you have to do fly dates. You don't have to worry about TSA going and trying to rip your stuff up. So it's a game changer. So I love the Helix. Just signed up. That's what's up, Charles. That's what's up. Looking forward to being a part of this and growing as a guitarist. That's what it's all about, Charles. I look forward to you being a part. And thank you so much for trusting me to help you grow in your craft. Thomas, if you got questions about solos and scales, you should definitely become a camper. Let me help you and show you for real. Sign up to Kerry's Camp. You can do it now. Right now, we're running a special, okay? For 6 months, you can join for $97. You have until tomorrow, okay? So go to Kerry's Camp, KERRYS, KAMP.com/100. So Rachel, what was your question? What was your question, Rachel? Just send it back to me again. Let me go ahead and jump on it real quick. Hey, Kerry, you're absolutely killer on the guitar, my guy. Does the course teach you acoustics? Yes, we have acoustic masterclass. We have acoustic courses and beginner courses on R&B. I play a lot of acoustic, especially when I'm accompanying an artist. I've done it for a long time. So I'm showing you everything. So if you definitely want to learn how to do that, you should definitely go to kerryscamp.com, KERRYS, KAMP.com/100. We have acoustic courses in there. I'm going to show you how to make that thing feel good when it's just you playing R&B on an acoustic behind an artist or with an artist or by yourself. I'm going to show you how to make it feel good. Those wrist splints are carpal tunnel. That's what's up. Rachel M. King, what was your question? I'm trying to go back and see your question, Rachel. Kerry, laugh out loud. My question, please. Help scroll back up. Foundational question. I'm looking. I mean, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are on this chat, and a lot of people are saying stuff. So, help me help you. Listen, I'm trying to go back and see all this stuff. So, all right, it says, how do I join the camp? All right, so I told you how to join the camp. You go to Kerry's Camp, KerrysKamp.com/100. I'm having trouble because my foundation, I first started practicing 9 years ago. Year after year, I never practiced one thing I learned persistently, so I forgot. So Rachel, if you go to kerryscamp.com, we have a roadmap that's going to help you grow in your craft, right? So it's KerrysKamp.com/100. Did I help you out, Rachel? I think I went back and I helped you out. It says, thanks for the backing track. Love it. Joe, that's what it's all about giving you guys a sauce. When my guitar muscles act up, I just take a rest for a couple of days, put lavender and oils on my forearm, and it helps me. That's what's up. I love how you guys are helping each other. I love how you guys are helping each other. That's what's up. It says, how were you able to get bigger gigs? So Julian, how I was able to get bigger gigs, I had to move from Birmingham, Alabama, move to LA. While I was in LA, I talked about this, the power of networking. So when I was in Birmingham, I did this thing at BET Music Experience in New York. While I was on that same platform, the artist I was playing for, I saw the two guitarists that were with, that were accompanying Beauty Chicago Kid, Charlie Burrell and Charles Chuck Gibson. I got Chuck's information, I got Charlie's information. When I moved to LA, I just messaged Chuck. I was like, yo, I just got here, so if you ever need a sub for your church gig while you're on tour, let me do that for you. Chuck's like, I don't really play at churches, but if I ever got a situation that I can't cover, I'll let you know. 6 months roll around or whatever, Chuck calls me, he's like, yo, I can't do this gig at Sayers tonight. Do you want to do it? Mind you, Sayers was like, is the spot. You know, everybody wanted to play at Sayers because all the who's were there. So I was like, yo, I'll do it. So I subbed for him at Sayers. I ain't asked for no money, nothing like that. Still got paid. And I smashed that gig because I knew that this was my one opportunity. Once I got on, Chuck was like, oh, this guy can really legit play. And he ain't trying to steal my gig or none of that stuff because I was just coming in humble and didn't want nothing from that. Next thing I know, he called me to do Derulo. I was out on tour with Derulo. He called me to do Lettucey. And then from there, he called me to do Ty Dolla $ign. So like, it's all about networking. You know, once people start to see you out, then they're just like, oh, this person can handle it. He can handle it at the highest level. I got calls to do Tyrese from that gig. I got calls to do Chrisette Michelle. You know what I'm saying? I got calls to do other stuff, to work with the Black Eyed Peas. All of that stuff started to work together. But I had to move. I had to have enough chops already. I had to be a great people person. I had to change. I had to lose a little weight because I was a little husky. You know what I'm saying? I had to lose some weight. I had to get in shape. I had to also change my image, like the clothes that I was wearing, because the stuff that I was wearing back in Birmingham did not necessarily fit the image for what they wanted you to look like in LA. So I had to like be cognizant and mindful of all of those different things and work on all those things at the same time in order to make myself available and be like, yo, I'm ready for the roster. Just like if you want to go play sports, if you want to play for whatever particular team, you have to do whatever the philosophy is that team in order to get on the field or get on the court or whatever the case may be. That's how you got to do it. So the same concepts come whenever you want to get bigger gigs. You got to do the same thing. And it's not just necessarily about how dope you may be on the guitar, but it's about the people person. You got to develop these relationships. Relationships are the biggest form of currency. I say that one more time. Relationships are the biggest form of currency. You could be the dopest person, but be a horrible person. You're never going to get plugged. But relationships is how you're going to definitely get on. So if you want to get bigger gigs, you're going to have to move to where the gigs are. You're going to have to work on and start networking while you're there. And then also use your social media platform. If you say that you play guitar, play bass, play drums, you sing, whatever, and I go on your social media and I can't see that, I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna consider you because then I'm like, bro, there's no advertisement. So social media is free advertisement. Showcase what you can do. Like post consistently so people can see. Like if they go because people check out your. That's like the new business card. People look at your Instagram and see like, or you look at your social media to see what you can do. If you don't have that stuff showcased anywhere, then nobody's gonna know what you can do. All right. So those just a couple tidbits in order to help you get on if you're trying to get on. All right, Kerry, I've learned so much from you. You're such a huge inspiration. I appreciate that, Drew. All right, cool. Listen, I'm about to get out of here because I have A lot of things I need to do and other stuff I need to work on. Somebody said, damn, Kerry, I definitely got more bold for sure. It's just being in New York. It says, I'm definitely trying to post more often, either bi-weekly or weekly. Cool, Julian. It's just about consistency. You got to be consistent. I know a lot of good musicians, but the attitude sucks. Yeah, Andrew, that happens a lot of times. I've met a lot of dope musicians, and I will tell you guys, if that's something you try to do, make sure you have a passport. Yo, I've gotten so many gigs because cats don't have passports. Yo, have your passport. That's half the battle. A lot of times when they start doing international gigs or tours or whatever, and they're looking for somebody and they don't have the passport, but get your passport. If that's something you desire to do, if you desire to travel with music or do whatever, have your passport. All right. All right. You're such a blessing, man. Thank you for the wealth of knowledge. Cool. Any tips on building a channel slash what you wish you would have known when you first started? Consistency, right? And I would have realized, and I would have said, like, the importance of using the gear that I had. I thought you had to have all these equipment and lights, whatever. Consistency, use the equipment you have until you're able to get more. Once you're able to get more, lighting is important. I went and took a lighting class. Lighting is important. My staff, my team helps me out tremendously about making sure I'm mic'd, making sure everything looks and sounds great. All of those things are important. So consistency, number one. Use the equipment that you have. When you're able to get more and better equipment, then start to invest into yourself. Okay, cool. Do you still work with Clinton? I don't live in Birmingham, so from time to time, like we may do stuff, but not consistently because I don't live in Birmingham anymore. Well, have you just popped in here? Okay, cool. To hear the great talk. Keep on keeping on. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Shane. Appreciate it, Shane. All right, listen, I love you guys, man. I really got to go. Best tips for playing over changes. Less is more. Placement is everything. All right, love you guys. Remember, if you're brand new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell to be notified. I'm running a special right now. You can join Kerry's Camp right now for 6 months, $97. You have until tomorrow, so you really got to get it, make it happen now. There's a lot of campers that have really been like enjoying, they just signed up recently and they're just enjoying the wealth of knowledge and really just growing in their craft. Let me help you be successful in what you love to do. All right. Consistency is key. All right, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. I mean, listen, I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys be good. You guys have a great evening. Please, I'm telling you, for all the people that were asking questions, become a camper, and I'm telling you, majority of your stuff is going to be answered. And if it's not in there, I will personally make sure that I put it in to help you out. Okay, cool. I just started playing guitar. What should I learn first? You should join Kerry's Camp and follow the roadmap. Kerry's Camp is KERYSKAMP.com/100, and let the roadmap guide you. Okay, cool. I love you guys. I really got to go. You guys have a good one. Peace, love, and hair grease.